episode, the Robotics Club was lamenting the fact that Sumio of Space Candy has organized the upcoming Super Gun Festival in such a, well, certain aspects of the Super Gun Festival in such a short amount of time. That doesn't leave much room for preparations, and they unfortunately don't have a lot of hands helping them out, despite the fact that there is a lot of stuff that still needs to be set up and maintained for the during the duration of the festival. And though Daru was trying to remain low-key here, he's been dragged into this as well. Now Daru is is tech savvy, but robots aren't really his forte. But yeah, he can't really back out of this now, can he? We return to the festival grounds, and after receiving a quick briefing from Subaru-kun, I finally have a grasp of the big picture of what needs to be done. Like I heard earlier, the first half of the festival that starts tonight is the gun phase. And after about a week, the robot work phase will go into full throttle. The members of the Robotics Club all have assigned roles during the robot phase.
基本的には現部員である僕とフルゴーリー、そしてスペースアメ社の社員である大徳先輩が中心となって動きます。
やるとは言ってない。
Unfortunately, much like Daru, you don't really have that much of a choice there, Frau.
これは部長命令だ。
だがこと。
不可だ。
Looks like, yeah. Subaru has grown wise and finally gained some resistance armor to Frau's tactics.
ミスコンなんて無理ぽ。ダメ、絶対。
Sorry, that was Frau saying that the festival was OP and that she can't handle a pageant. OP. Net slang originating in the 2000s, short for overpowered. Used when referring to a character ability or anything else in a game that has too much power compared to everything else.
メガネが出ればいい。
Subaru has enough responsibilities as it is.
僕が出られるわけないだろ。それに言っておくが、僕だって不本意ではあるんだからな。
Unfortunately, yeah. If the Robotics Club doesn't do this, yeah, the club won't get any more funding from the Space Candy Company. From what I heard, the Robotics Club is running the following events. First, battle robots. As the name suggests, it's a competition where they pit hobby robots against each other to see which one is the strongest. Hobby robot. Type of robot approximately 30 centimeters in height that began production in the 2000s. The term mainly refers to autonomous or remotely operated bipedal robots. They were first sold as inexpensive DIY models, and due to computers becoming widespread at around the same time, it made it much easier to program their movements. The robots gradually spread to the general public over time, but their popularity exploded in the latter half of the 2010s. That's one down. This is one of the main attractions of the festival, so Junta from Space Candy is handling this one. Good to know. Next, Frautan, who's been complaining this entire time, seems to be responsible for the Yomijo contest. It's basically a beauty pageant, so that's why she was even more irritable than usual. FYI, Yomijo is Tanegashima dialect for young and pretty girlies. Or maybe that's just you paraphrasing there, Daru. Finally, Subaru Kyun is heading up the Robotics lecture, a robotics workshop that teaches kids about robots. There are other small side events like the Guts contest, local food contest, and persistence contest, but the above mentioned ones are the main three, at least for the robot phase of the festival. And I would imagine that under other circumstances, Subaru would be eagerly participating in the battle robot contest. The Robotics Club members are involved in setting up each of them, apparently by themselves. Which is a lot to ask for.
いけない。ねえ、日高くん、そろそろ。
本当だ。もうこんな時間。
Yeah, time is slipping away.
すみませんが、僕たちはこの後も打ち合わせがあるので、これで。八潮先輩と橋田さんも今日のところはお疲れでしょうし。
あ、でも花火大会にはぜひ来てください。結構本格的なので。
Fireworks, huh? Interesting. I'm sure that would be very impactful there.
では私もこれで。
古氷は一緒に来るんだ。
Nice try, Frau, but unfortunately we're shut down.
私だって疲れて死にそう。
いいから来い。
人揃い助けて、侵される。
人聞きの悪いことを大声で言うな。
The active Robotics Club members make their exit, leaving behind only Furugory's disturbing words. The only ones left are...
そういや、アキタンやアイリタンは行かないん？
私は中種のロボ部員ではないので。
あ、まだ中学生だっけ？
ええ、まあ。
Was I not supposed to go there? Is there something else going on?
じゃあアキタンは？
Ah yes, the previous club president and the one who was so very eager about yeah, the one so very eager about the future of the Robotics Club. She was all fired up earlier, so I assumed she was heavily involved. From what I heard earlier, that doesn't seem to be the case.
うちはバイトがあるから。
Yep. Yeah. Another aspect of Akio Sonomia's life now.
バイ
She
ト？
has to deal with. A very important one.
この春から島に新しくオープンした郷土料理のお店で手伝ってるんですよ。
Yeah. As a means of getting an income. And yeah, surprisingly it's not involving rockets or robots or any other mechanical things because yeah, despite the fact that she's not quite as technologically savvy as Subaru might say, yeah, given the maintenance she made over Gunbuild 1 over these past long months and so on, she does have some talent with mechanics, but seems like she's
そういえば
changing
あ
course.
きほちゃんの働いているお店もフードコートに出店しているんですよね。せっかくのロボットのお祭りだよ。うちだってもっとみんなと一緒に動きたいよ。
He still has a master passion for robots, it seems.
でもさ、お祭りで忙しいさなかに休むわけにもいかないし。
True that.
学生の頃なら勉強なんかそっちのけで何だってできたのにさ。
That was then, and this is now. Not sure if I'd commend that. Well, it's not like I have any right to judge someone's school life.
そっか、アキちゃんも成長したんだ。
もうカイ、何さそれ。
だって本当は変に出しゃばったりせずにある程度は後輩たちに任せようって思ってるわけでしょ。
That being said, she still does want to be involved.
それは
But she's, yeah. Not quite as hot-headed as she used to be.
前だったら脇目も振らずに首突っ込んでたけどね。
ひょっとしてバカにしてる？
褒めてるんだって。
そう？ だったらいいんだけどさ。どうかしました？
I was going to say that Kaito's treating not the nice there.
よ、なんでも。
Are these two dating?
ごめんなさい、橋田さん。
何が？
せっかく遊びにいらしたのに、お手伝いしてもらうことになっちゃって。
It's fine. Water runs the bridge.
まあいいんじゃね。たまには若い子たちと触れ合わんと気持ちまで年取っちゃうからさ。
Plus, getting to know the locals should prove helpful with my mission. Whatever that is, which you still haven't revealed yet. Even better if I get to know the people that were involved in the incident.
つうわけで、ヤシオキュン、これから頼むよ。
俺ですか？
だって僕この島のことまだあんまり分かってないしさ。それにどうせヤシオキュンも手伝うなら二人で協力した方が早いっしょ。
そうですね、カイトくん、私からもお願いします。
まあ別にいいですけど。
そんじゃ僕は花火大会までアメ社長が用意してくれるって宿でゆっくりするとしようかな。手伝いは明日からってことで。
じゃあ私送ります。カイトくんたちも花火大会には行くんですよね。
まあそのつもりです。
Indeed, you would miss fireworks for the world.
それじゃあまた後で会いましょう。
Things didn't turn out exactly as planned, but I guess that's okay. And hey, I'm certainly not going to be bored anytime soon. That's good to know. Well, one eventful day down, I suppose.
変わった人だよね。
Well, it's not quite over just yet. Oh no, we're back to Kaito. Huh. So as though it is still the same day. Airi, Ahiko and I are left behind at the festival venue after Nai-san takes Hashida-san to his room.
ナイさんの知り合いって言ってたけど、どういう人なんだろう。
I'm sure you'll learn a few things about Daru over the coming days.
さあ、でも澤田さんまでがああ言うんだから、それなりに頼れる人なんじゃない？
That is correct in a manner of speaking. He's friends with that Nai-san after all. There's a lot we don't know about him, but
でもやっぱりうちもいろいろやりたかったな。
祭りのこと？そ その分お客として参加すればいいじゃない。
I don't think they let her off that easily.
お客さんとしてか。まあそれくらいならできるかな。
Or maybe so. She says that now, but I'll bet she'll get anxious at some point and start sticking her nose into everything.
あのさ、カイ。
Akio says while lowering the bottle of skull she had lifted up to her mouth. Still, drinking her favorite beverage of choice. Skull. A yogurt-flavored carbonated drink sold at Minami Nihon Rakuno Kyoto Company Limited, located in Miyakanojo, Miyazaki Prefecture. The name comes from the word skull, which means cheers in Danish, and not from squall, which is the word for a sudden heavy rainfall or storm.
Hmm?
そのおかえり。
ただいま。
Oh, better late than never.
元気だった？
まあね。アキちゃんは？
うちは元気だよ。
そっか。バイトはもう慣れた？
最初はいろいろ失敗なんかもしたけど、今はかなり。
After graduating high school, Akio ended up working part-time at a local cuisine restaurant that opened here in Nishinomote instead of going on to college. They're open for both lunch and dinner. It gets popular among the locals and tourists, so apparently it gets pretty busy.
カイの方は予備校どう？友達できた？
まあそれなりにね。って言ってもみんな勉強しに来てるわけだから一緒に遊んだりはしないけど。
That's not surprising.
そうなんだ。あ、でもまさか。
Akio cuts herself off and zips her mouth shut as if she's changed her mind.
何？
なんでもない。なんかカイ変わったよね。
そう？特に変わってないと思うけど。
And yet you have.
なんていうかその大人っぽくなった。
Is that so? It's true that I live alone now and have to take care of everything on my own. But I don't think that alone makes me more mature. At least it doesn't feel like it does. Plus, from my point of view, Akio's changed too. You both have. Here, keeping with the stuff at the festival. I wasn't joking earlier. Akio would have ditched work to try and involve herself in the festival prep. As long as it involves robots, Kaito. As long as it involves robots. 6 months. Just 6 months. Amazing what can happen in a span of time. Especially that time. We've only been away from each other for that long, yet we're both slowly changing, and the world keeps turning. Ever since we could walk, we did everything together. It was weirder for us not to see each other. That incident triggered a shift in our relationship as childhood friends. don't even know if that shift was a good one or not. Heck, I don't really know what our relationship is at this point. That day. That moment I unmistakably felt the warmth of Akio's lips. That much was undoubtedly real. Did our relationship develop into something more than childhood friends after that? I wouldn't say so. After that battle, our lives completely changed into something more extraordinary. And I would say for the better. What exactly happened? How did it all go down? So many people visited and asked all kinds of questions. Well, fitting given the fact that you had the support of the entire island during that moment 6 months ago. The CT Robotics Club got all kinds of attention for a time. It was utter chaos. And in the midst of all that chaos, our relationship, which may have otherwise gone somewhere, was left hanging in the air. In fact, we were both awkwardly self-conscious about it, and after graduation I left the island with a new goal in mind. And because of that, even after reuniting 5 months later like this, the awkwardness between us still hasn't gone away. In fact, I feel like things have gotten worse. I'm sure Akio feels the same way. Yeah, and then there's Airi as well.
私がいることも忘れないでほしいです。
Yeah. Should heed her advice, Kaito.
私だってお兄ちゃんが帰ってくるのずっと待ってたんですよ。
あ、ごめんごめん。愛梨ちゃんも元気そうでよかったよ。
Airi Yukifune. Girl that was in cold sleep because of an illness. Cold sleep. To freeze the human body and keep it at a low temperature, bringing its cellular activity to a near standstill. After undergoing a series of extensive examinations, doctors found that she didn't have any severe symptoms. Since she has no family, she's been staying at my house. Well, at least the illness is past.
はい、おかげさまでおじさんやおばさんもお兄ちゃんが帰ってくるのを待ってますよ。
Kaito's parents. Airi says as she takes my hand and starts walking rather naturally.
Ah, アキちゃんはどうするの？帰る？
うちはバイトに戻らなきゃいけないから、実はわがまま言って抜けさせてもらったんだよね。
Yeah, you don't want to keep them waiting too long.
ああ、そっか。でも花火大会には行くんでしょ？
もちろん。
じゃあ花火大会でまた。
そういえば花火用にっておばさんが浴衣を用意してくれたんですよ。
へ
私浴衣って初めてだから楽しみです。お兄ちゃんも見たいですか？
I'm sure it will suit you for the festival.
え、もちろん。
Yeah, this is still so awkward. Hmm.
それで
That can
は
maybe help.
私は先に帰ってますね。
Really well, Airi.
うん。それじゃあ後で。
Fairly well. I part ways with Airi at the bus stop and get on alone. Airi has been driving a scooter since the spring. Her physical age may still be young, but on paper she's a bona fide adult, so there's no problem there. Yeah, although it won't immediately be obvious the fact that though she may seem like she's roughly 15 years old and goes to junior high, in reality, thanks to that cold sleep, well, yeah, that's thanks to the cold sleep, but in reality, Airi Yukifune is, yeah, or rather, should be in her 20s, realistically speaking. Sorry about that. She used to get pulled over all the time by the cops in the beginning, but now that she's become a familiar face around town, she says it doesn't happen anymore. That's good to know. But even then, it still felt unsettling watching her get on her scooter earlier. I get off at my stop and head to a particular location before making my way home. Not the first place that I would have expected, but then again, given that it's been 6 months, well, it's still here, Kaito. It's still here. But that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Robotics Notes DaSH, and when we return, there's a festival to prepare for. As always, until next